Hi, and welcome back to Liam's Tips and Tricks channel. Today we'll be going over uh, pretty much the basics of enhancing, fusing, and upgrading gear for new and experienced players alike, hopefully. So, starting off, when you first get into the game, you pretty much end up with N's, D's, and C's for quite some time, and in order to build your character up and get higher power so you can get farther in the stages, obviously you need to improve your gear, and this is the tutorial how. Okay, so you take your C grade gear here. Let's assume you get one. Go ahead and go to Enhance, and now you get to choose whatever you happen to have to increase the level of your gear. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just hit. You can choose them individually or just hit bulk, which is what I'm going to do. So it automatically selects the 40 lowest items lowest grade items that you have in your inventory at the time. And that's the basics of enhancing. Just really quick, even though I obviously have better gear, I'm going to go ahead and equip this just to show you how much the power increases. So we're going to go ahead and enhance again, and also N gear maxes out at level 10, D gear maxes out at level 20, C goes to 30, B's will max out at level 40, A's go up to 50, and S's go up to 60. So when you take this level 23 and enhance it, we're going to go ahead and do it all the way. There we go. So that's the basics of building power in the game. Now, once you get this gear up to level 30, you have two choices. You can either upgrade or fuse. Personally, I suggest saving your upgrade stones until you're ready to upgrade A's to S's. The reason is because getting stones tends to take a lot of time. I'll go over strategies to get those later in another video. But as you're just starting off, I definitely suggest saving your upgrade stones for later. Okay, so the other option then, if we're not going to use our upgrade stones, is to fuse. Now, in order to fuse, you need a second piece of armor, in this case, max out to level 30. So we're going to go ahead and do that really quick. We'll go ahead and take this one. And we'll go ahead and do bulk select again. And I wanted to show this really quick. When you do bulk select, make sure that it's not completely overshooting how many gear pieces you need to max it out. As you can see, I was just able to save 3 pieces and still be at 100%. So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. So that is also level 30. Now, I will take this one that I have equipped right now and fuse it with the one that we just enhanced. So this will give us a B grade. There we go. And the power increases. As far as it goes, whenever you have, for each grade of gear, the level 1 higher grade gear will always give you more power than even the maxed out of the previous grade. The only exception to this is occasionally rare the plus items, the A plus or S, the A plus gear will sometimes give you a little slight power advantage being maxed out at level 50 over a level 1 regular S gear. But you won't run into that very often. Okay, so now we have our shiny new level 1, but I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to my main gear. Now, when you fuse B's to go up to A, that's where you actually have a chance of getting a rare gear, which is one of the plus gears. There we go. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and fuse these two level 40 Bs into an A. Now when it comes to fusing, whichever slot piece you pick first and hit the actual fuse button on, that's what you will get back. So in this particular case, I want to go ahead and shoot for a rare helmet, even though it's basically, I've been told it's a 2.5% chance of getting a rare through fusing. So it's, 1 in 40. It's all boils down to luck as far as fusing. So if you hit the fuse button on the helmet, even though you're using a different piece, you'll end up getting a helmet back, as it shows you there. If I do it on the garment first, it'll give a garment back. And there we go. Unfortunately, not a rare. So, but all is not lost. I will eventually use this for refining all of these extra A's that I'll go over in another video. One quick note, there are a lot of people who go ahead and try to fuse A's to get to an S. I don't normally suggest that, and the reason is because it takes a lot of materials to max out an A to level 50. We have this level 1 C grade polish, only gives you 52.9% on an A. But if you do it with a B, you get over 3 levels. I've actually done the math on it, and in the end, it takes, to max out an A grade piece as opposed to a B, it takes 5.7 times the amount of material to max it out. So when you're shooting for rares, I haven't seen any evidence or heard any evidence that fusing A's gives you a higher chance of getting a rare. So for myself personally, I go ahead and I just do it with B's when I'm shooting for rare gear. At the point that you get an A grade piece, and it's early on in the game, and you're still trying to just bring up your power, you don't necessarily have to wait until you get a rare piece or a plus gear. Go ahead and once you get an A grade piece maxed out, like this one, go ahead and just upgrade it. And the reason is because you need that power boost while you're leveling up to get farther in the game, obviously, and to get more towards your goals. The higher your power is and the higher level you are, the faster and easier that you can get more materials to work with, to fuse, to upgrade, etc. So as far as efficiency goes, fuse up to A's, and then use upgrade stones from A to S. That's the short version. And one important thing to note, with your upgrade stones, you do kind of want to be frugal with them. The reason that you don't want to just use them whenever, is most important when it comes to accessories. Like, for instance, your eventual goal is having 4 S-grade accessories. In order to get an S-grade, to get 4 S-grade accessories and upgrade them, it takes 50 upgrade stones per A in order to get it to S. So in total, you'll end up needing, unless you get extremely lucky and pull if you get really lucky and pull an S armor piece or an S accessory, then that's awesome. Otherwise, if you have to do it the hard way, which is pretty much what I had to do, then it'll take you 50 upgrade stones per one. So that's 200 upgrade stones, and they do take a while to accumulate. So just keep that in mind for the long term. And let's see. Oh, and you may also see these refining stones, and I mentioned refining briefly. I'm going to go ahead and go over refining in a later video, but refining takes a whole lot of materials. So also keep that in mind. Just try to be efficient when you're working with your gear. It'll save you a lot of frustration and time later on, just to put a little thought into it ahead of time. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something or you got something out of it. Please feel free to like, subscribe. I'll be doing more videos daily, and I may eventually be having some contests for like Google Play cards or something similar. So just subscribe, watch, and thank you for watching. Have a great night.